After I defeated all the top-level guys in the UFC heavyweight division and in other UFC weight divisions, I also decided to defeat great top-level boxers. I decided to beat people like Michael Venom Page to teach them a lesson I never could understand, acting arrogant in a fighting arena. So I defeated people like Anderson Silva, and I defeated people like Michael Venom Page using their own tactics against them because they deserved it. And then after those wins, I finally decided to retire with my beautiful wife China, and I made love to her every day after I retired, and she stayed alive for me and the kids. And then one day I decided to make love to her for as long as I could, and for nearly 2 days I made love to her in every sexual position. I started by giving her oral pleasure, and then she sucked my member ravenously, and I also did her in every sexual position for nearly 10 hours straight, and I exploded all my seed inside her from the reverse cowgirl position, and then she ejaculated all over me at that same time. And many days went on like this until I finally got her pregnant again, and I continued to make love to her even while she was pregnant, and I enjoyed every second of being with China and making love to her. It was wonderful, and after a while my last kid was born, and all my kids grew up loving me as a father, and I taught them everything I know about wrestling, and I even went back to the WWE many times over the years, and so did China. I even became a Raw general manager for a little while, and yes, I also took care of Stephanie McMahon's kids because I did have sex with Stephanie McMahon, unfortunately, even though I didn't want to because I wasn't the real Hunter. I was different. I wanted to stay with China, but unfortunately I was blackmailed into having sex with Stephanie McMahon, and since no major crime had been committed, really they couldn't keep her in prison for very long. But this story pretty much ended with me hanging up my hat and training my kids to become future wrestlers, and it ends with me making love to my beautiful wife China almost every day because I have to admit I love her, and I always let China know I love her, so I always made love to her in the best ways possible. And this how this story begins and how it ends, with me being the best version of Triple H.